Now, I want to get to our mini training. How to get 3+ appointments per week. You know, I want to share with you that the reason I chose this topic was, first of all, I'm very obsessed or possessed now. I'm obsessed with face-to-face and the opportunity that a connection of a face-to-face has, which is why I'm so excited about She's Unstoppable Live, right? Because I can't wait to meet you. I mean, these names, Charlotte, Karen, Angie, Lori, all these people, all of you that are on this live, as well as those who will be watching, I see your names in the Girls Guide, in Living Girl Success Boutique. Some of you are our clients. Some of you, you know, we've had strategy calls, and there's power in the face-to-face, right? And, you know, I asked Dottie, you know, she's the CEO of Douglas Elliman, and I said, when you are interviewing agents, do you still do that? You know, not often, you know, but she says, you know, yes, on occasion, you know, I like to know the names of as many people in the Douglas Elliman company as I can, which is commendable. But I said, what do you really look for? What do you think is the main determining factor as to those that will make it versus those that may not make it? And she said, passion, number one. She said they really have to want it. So I'm asking you ladies, as we dive into how to get 3 appointments per week, at least 3 appointments a week, do you really want this? Do you really want to be a successful agent? Because if you do, pay attention. Pay attention. This is good stuff, okay? She also said that you have to be willing to sacrifice. And I think that's very interesting, because I often told my team that before I sold it, when I was an active agent with a team. I used to tell my people, ladies, you know, I have leads I'm giving you and you're turning them down. I don't get it. And I understand that, you know, when you have kids, you are going to turn down leads because your family's more important. I get that. But if you turn down more leads than you accept, that's a problem, right? And so you have to acknowledge full up front that you're going to be sacrificing. So anyway, we know we need appointments. We know we need appointments or our business is going to die, right? I mean, that's how we get clients. So how much time today? We're meeting 10 a.m. Eastern, whatever time you're watching this. How much time are you going to spend in appointments today? Think about that. And then how much time yesterday did you spend on appointments? And how much time Wednesday did you spend on appointments? All right, we need to make sure that we are getting ourselves in front of people. And so there's 4 steps that we're going to cover today. Number 1, we want to view appointments in the right way. So, appointments are not scary. Appointments are not scary. If you view something as scary on the onset, there's a negative connotation. Who's going to be in a hurry to get on an appointment? Appointments are not about you. See, this is the problem, ladies. We think, am I going to perform okay? Am I going to say the right things? But the thing is that when you view appointments in that way, no wonder you're in no hurry to get on an appointment. Or worse yet, no wonder you kind of fumble and stumble during an appointment. And just for our purposes today, what I'm calling an appointment is any opportunity to get face-to-face, okay? So it's not about you and how you're going to perform. It's not about closing the deal. It's not always about closing the deal. And it's not about a long, belabored meeting that's scripted. It's not about that. An appointment is any face-to-face opportunity, right? And an opportunity could be both short-term and long-term. Short-term is my broker gave me a lead, or somebody gave me a lead, or I found a lead, somehow I got a lead, and they actually want to buy or sell. Boom, short-term win. Short-term goal, right? Because they're ready to go. But then there's long-term opportunity appointments where you're trying to secure cheerleaders, which are local people in your market to tout you and refer you, or someone who says to you up front, I'm not going to be ready to sell for a couple of months, but you still want to get with them face to face, ladies. Absolutely. So what are appointments? Appointments are not scary. Appointments are opportunities. And when you look at something as an opportunity, then it could be a happy time. I used to love looking at my calendar and being, yeah, appointments. It's my day of appointments. It's my day where I can get out and showcase myself and just be nice to people and be a connector and offer something to them, right? And it's not about you. It's not about me. When I used to go on appointments, I used to sit in my car and pray before I went in. And I'd say, okay, God, let me focus on them. And I have a listing intake form. When I had an appointment with a prospective buyer, right? I'm a prospective seller. I had a buyer intake form when I had a meeting with a prospective buyer. And then I had a template that I would use when I was just going in to be social with someone with a purpose, okay? Because this is the problem. When you go networking or like social, thinking, okay, I'm going to get out there that I'm a good agent and how I'm different. But you don't have a plan. So you just go in there. Next thing you know, you were with them for 20 to 30 minutes. They don't know anything about how you're different as an agent. And it was a nice time, but it was not going to get you business. Okay. It wasn't going to be something that would catapult you to solidifying that you are a true professional in your market. And that's a problem. Okay. But it's not about you and how you're going to perform. It's about making sure they know they're important. And that you have a path that you're going to take them on in your appointment, that you're leading this. And it's not always about closing the deal. The right perspective, the right way to view an appointment is, yes, if they tell you through the intake process that you're taking them through that they do want to buy in the next 60 days or 90 days and that they do want to sell quickly, yes, then you want to secure that prospect as a client. But otherwise, you want to secure the relationship and listen to what they're telling you through the intake process and through the system that you're following. If it's not for a specific buyer or seller opportunity, but somebody that's known in the community that you want to get to know, for example, you want to be able to understand, why am I on this appointment? And then lastly, you definitely don't want it to be long, and you definitely don't want it to be scripted. You want it to be bright, be brief, be gone. 30 minutes, great. Now for a listing appointment, they're longer, but for a buyer appointment, 30 minutes is good. For a cheerleader appointment or a lunch, 30 minutes is good, or coffee. And I say it's not supposed to be scripted because these are conversations. Yes, you can have talking points and questions that you want to ask people, but you don't want to sound like a robot. Let's see, what's my next question? No. Okay. So number one is understanding and viewing appointments in the right way. This will help you get at least 3 appointments a week. Okay. Number two, the why of appointments. The why of appointments. You go on appointments to build your business. You need to be connected. Now, I have to say, it's kind of cool to work from home, right? I mean, I work from home, and it has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is some days you stay in your pajamas, and I don't recommend that. If you want one specific day where you're going to focus on more paperwork and working on your business, strategically and things like that, then have the one day a week. But the other days, get up and get ready so that you are ready to go on an appointment. You are ready to connect. So the why of appointments is you need to be connected. We talked before in this weekly series about how you need to have your tribe of experts and professionals in your local market behind you, ready to serve you and your clients, and that secondly, you need to have your sphere of influence constantly growing, because you need to be continually meeting new people. And then thirdly, you need to go deeper into the relationships you already have, because people are fickle. And somebody who said they would be your cheerleader last year, if you haven't given them some love and dived into their relationship by connecting with them, I gave you my touch plan. Okay, if you don't have it, it's gold. So let me know that you want it. You have to continue meeting with people in order to be relevant to them and to maintain that connection. You want to be very focused on why you want an appointment. Again, you either want to stay connected with someone or get connected, all right? So how do you ask for the appointment? Number 3, how do you ask for the appointment? So we've just gone over that we need to view appointments the right way. Pretty exciting, right? It's not about us. It's about the client, focusing on them or focusing on the other person, right? It's not about always closing the deal. It's not long-winded, not scripted. So we know that. Yay, good stuff. Then we know the why of the appointment, that we need to continue to be connected with new people and dive deep into the relationships with those that are in our market that are going to be our cheerleaders. Number 3, again, how to ask for the appointment. Now, I am going to give you a moment to answer. I know there's a lag, but besides phone calls, I want you to put in the message here, in the comments, what other ways, in addition to or instead of phone calls, could you reach out and try to set up an appointment? So I'm going to say hi to Natalia, Rachel, Nicole, Needy, Karen, Pamela, Brenda, Cindy, Katie, Charlotte, Audrey, Melissa, Kathy, Jocelyn. Okay, I'm going to wait another 30 seconds. And while I do that, ladies, I'm waiting for you to tell me how to ask for an appointment other than a phone call. Come on. I know you can come up with this. Okay, Kathy says door knocking. You can ask for an appointment door knocking. That's right. Charlotte says note card, text message, Facebook DM. Yes. Excellent. Listen, ladies, the men have been telling us to pound the phones and get land voice, and it's a numbers game. And guess what? For them and for some women, if that's what you like, if that's what you want to do, pound the phones, go for it. I am not against that as a means to making yourself successful and doing what you have to do. I am not against it at all. In fact, I'm all for it if it fits in with your personality, right? But as Charlotte said, how about a Facebook message? How about an Instagram message? How about a text? Or better yet, turning your phone on yourself and saying, hey, Susie, Happy New Year. Gosh, it's February and I haven't talked to you in so long. Let me take you to coffee. How about that? A video text. Love it, love it, love it. Let's grab lunch, whatever. How about a pop by? One of my one-on-one clients took some Valentine love to a bunch of her clients. And when you're there, go ahead and say, hey, it's been too long. We got to catch up. How about an invite to a VIP event? We should be giving our VIPs love, and our VIPs should be those who are our favorite clients, okay? And those who are our cheerleaders who refer business to us, and those who are in our tribe who help us do what we do, our stagers, our lenders, our title company or attorneys, contractors, home inspectors. How about hosting a meetup in your local area for a happy hour or for just something social? You be the social congruent. You be the social organizer in your market. and say, hey, the second Tuesday of every month, let's meet down at the downtown at the such and such, and first drinks on me. Okay, why not? How about sending an email? How about sending a like an evite, or snail mail? And Wilma says, networking, absolutely. Sending notes. Pop-bys for non-clients. Yes, pop-bys for non-clients. Heck yeah. You can pop by on somebody that you've admired in your market as a business person who you want to connect with. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. And I welcome Heather and Erica to the group here. Now, what we're talking about is how to ask for appointments, all right? And so so those were all ideas for people that you want to connect with or stay connected with. But when you have a buyer or a seller lead, ladies, and, we're reaching out either in, text and or phone call and or email, however we're reaching out, the number one goal of that conversation is to get a face-to-face appointment. Even if they say they're not ready for months, you still want to get face-to-face so that you can make the deeper connection when you're face-to-face. You feel like you know me as I'm talking to you now live, right? If I were to put this on an email, it just doesn't have the same flavor. And so if you can put you, meaning your experience that you can give to your prospects when they're with you, then when they are ready, they will come back to you. As long as you give them that special experience and that you maintain contact, which is why I'm big on the touch plan, okay? Follow my touch plan, ladies. If you want to be successful, it works. Now, in case you didn't catch this yet, connecting is lead gen, okay? So that's what we're really talking about this, asking for appointments, things, everything we're talking about today is connecting. It's lead gen. So number 4 is connect. If you don't have enough leads, then you need to connect. And it doesn't mean just pounding the phones or door knocking. Kathy's on here. She swears by door knocking. It's her personality. She's vivacious. She doesn't care if people slam the door in her face. Great. It works for her. She has a great business with that. Other people are like, oh, I don't want a door knock. I don't want a phone call. But great. Stop talking about what you're not doing. Focus on what you're going to do. Okay? Ladies, we have to focus on what we're going to do and what we're focused on doing rather than what we're not going to do. There's more than 1 million ways to make 6 figures and beyond in real estate as an agent, which is an exciting thing. So number 4 is if you don't have anybody that you think you can connect with, then guess what? Your main number 1 job is to seek out people that you can connect with. And one of the ways to expand your reach in your market is to get with 5 people that you love. It could be 2 of your past perfect clients who were just dream clients, right? And then somebody you used to work with because it's your second career perhaps. And then the other 2 people could be people that you've admired when you go networking and you had enough guts to say, I've always admired you. I'd love to take you to lunch or take you to breakfast or have a coffee with you. And then when you meet with them, you ask a lot about them, you find out about them, and then you share in the last 5 minutes why you're different, what makes you different than all the other agents. And then asking them at the end of your time together, who do you know that I need to know? I'm serious about my business and I need to know. I need to expand. I need to meet more people. I'm loving my time with you. So who are other people around here like you? Can you introduce me to them? Can you connect me with them? And then ladies, you need to be proactive too. You need to be, okay, so your perfect clients, if they're on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, see who they're friends with. and then ask for an introduction. And that you can do right on LinkedIn. But if it's to be, it's up to me. If you really want it, remember what Dottie said as I started this. If it's, or she said that passion, how badly do you really want it? Because some people say they really want it, but that's not trickling down in their actions for some reason. So there's a disconnect. If you really want it and you can't figure out why you're not taking the action, then get with me, because together we'll figure it out. For some of you, you had a hard divorce, and your divorce, you're still reeling in the pain of that and with ugly feelings and whatever. But it's in the way. Some of you, somebody did something bad to you a long time ago. You have to forgive it. Or you did some things that you wish you wouldn't have done. You have to forgive yourself. Ladies, these things matter. These things matter. They're blocking you from what you say you want. And you know what makes all this easier? You know what makes it easier to follow those 4 steps to make sure that you have at least 3 appointments a week? It's knowing who you are. It's knowing your brand and how you're going to put yourself out there as different, right? How is someone going to have a better experience with you listing their house and selling it versus somebody else? Ladies, if you don't know how you're different, that's a problem. And I'd love to help you solve that problem. You need to know that you are giving a definitive experience to your buyers, to your sellers, to your cheerleaders even. It's an experience just every time they give you a referral, what you do for them. It's an experience that you give back to your community on a regular basis. Bottom line is, you know who you want to attract, you know who your perfect clients are, and you know who you're fine with repelling. And we dive deep into that in the Savvy Agent program, by the way. You're in charge of who you attract. So it's up to you as to if you have the guts to just focus in on that perfect client. We have a perfect client questionnaire that we gave out a couple of weeks ago. If you don't have it, let me know. Perfect client questionnaire, where you pick out 5 of your favorite past clients and you send it to them, or you can go over it with them in person or on the phone. And it's so telling because it tells you what they like. A lot of personal things that you know that we're asking them. I mean, not deeply personal, but like, what do they like to listen to? What do you watch? How do you spend your Saturday? So that you can get in the heads and minds of your favorite client, so that you can seek out more of those favorite clients, which I call perfect clients. But in order to do that, you're going to have to repel some people, and that's okay. And by the way, do you look good online? If I were to Google you, how do you look online? Do you even look like an agent? Too many agents have a short-term view. Well, Zillow sucks. None of those leads convert. Oh, that networking. Networking doesn't work for me. That sucks too. But ladies, if everything sucks, it might be because you don't know how to convert. Or it could be because you're looking at a deal versus long-term career. And if there's anything I know about in real estate, it's a layering. One thing lays on another. One thing lays on another. And soon, as you grow those layers, you become more and more successful. You become more and more a force in your local market. And it's a really cool place to be. Very cool place to be.